Hello all, we are live again in the Selling on LinkedIn Masterclass Facebook group, and of course we're publicly in other means, but definitely this is the third Ask Me Anything about the program on LinkedIn live that we do for this week, and it's not the last one because I have a surprise guest for tomorrow as well. Luna is going to join us. So today we have, as I promised you, another guest, so I'm not alone. Hello Ileana, how are you?
Hi, Virginia. Fine, thanks. And you?
Where are you right now? I'm fine, thank you. Where are you based right now?
Well, I've been always based in Piacenza, near Milan.
Okay, near Milan. Okay, I have another participant in the next round from Milan. But Ileana Kari, you might know Ileana from numerous lives that we have run already together. She's a participant of the Fully Booked Translator Formula and recent graduate of the Ultimate LinkedIn Prospecting System. And I think that participants of my programs and those that they have successfully graduated, I consider them as mentors as well, and people that you can always ask them questions and they can give you feedback any kind. So Ileana, thank you for being always so generous with your knowledge.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you
for
so
having me.
much. Thank you for joining me live once again. So also you might have seen Ileana because she participates in this latest initiative of We Mentoring Team and myself, where we organize those inspirational videos with success stories. So I'm going to share in the comments the video, later on the link, so you can watch Ileana's video about success stories. Maybe Ileana, you would like shortly introduce yourself and share a bit of your experience. I can share some testimonials in the meantime of yours on the screen. And later on, I thought so today to answer participants or people that they are interested in the program questions, okay, to answer some frequently asked questions and questions that actually I was asked via email from people that they're interested in the program with you, so as not to give only my perspective, but also yours as a previous participant of the program. So what do you think? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's grab some coffee. It's going to be long. Okay, let's start with your own experience, first of all.
Okay, so
and introducing yourself, of course, yes.
Okay, so I will briefly introduce myself.
Yes,
so I am Ileana. I am a freelance translator and interpreter based in the northern Italy. And I translate from German, English, and French into my mother tongue, Italian. And my specializations fields are cosmetic, luxury beauty, hospitality, and marketing in general. Yes, last year I experienced a crisis due to the COVID situation. So that's why I decided to take action and to make something, make an investment for myself, for my career. And that's why I decided to take part in the Fully Booked Translation Formula. And at the end of it, I was really fully booked, to tell you the truth. And yes, and then I had the LinkedIn prospecting system after that. And so these two programs have completely changed my career, my mindset, and I absolutely recommend both of them. And as far as the LinkedIn prospecting system is concerned, it is really useful because I didn't know that LinkedIn could be such a powerful tool. And if you learn to exploit it in the right way, you can get your dream clients, and you can really work with good people and have the satisfaction you deserve. And so
amazing. Thank you for sharing that. I was just muted so as not to interrupt you. And actually, I was looking for your videos just to share at the same time in the links that I couldn't find yet. So thank you so much for sharing your insights. So let's share maybe some of those testimonials as a matter of fact that you gave us back then. So I will share the screen to remind you also as well. I did that also, I think, with Irene. Because it's really helpful actually to remember moments back then. So I will share both of them. Most probably this is the first one you can see here on my screen. I don't know how I can present mode. Sorry for that.
Yep. Yes, the first. the first step.
Yeah, this is the first. Yes.
Yes, the first step
So this is
was,
Ileana.
yes, was of course the change of my mindset. That was the first step. Let's say.
So
yes.
you say here, this is okay. 1 year ago, like Fully Booked Translator Formula was a real challenge, but it helped me to go out of my comfort zone in this particular period due to COVID of my professional career. If you see all gray, move the elephant, amazing. That's what I did with Fully Booked Translator Formula. You share some good quotes also on your Facebook and LinkedIn account. I really like to follow you. And here you say that it changed completely my mindset thanks to Virginia's attitude and competence. I owe my success to her method. Thank you, Ileana. I have no words to say. Thank you, Virginia. You're welcome. Of course, I would recommend the program to anybody who would like to scale up. I wish I had this opportunity before, but that's life. Better late than never. And now I have the right tips and tricks to follow my dreams. Amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Amazing. Really love your testimonial, and it's a really emotional moment for me. Going back, yeah, but we're going back so long ago. Amazing, isn't it? And now it's the second one that you actually. Yes.
Time flies, so it is already 1 year, but I did so many things and I implemented so much. I revamped completely my website, so I got more visibility from LinkedIn and also from the website itself, and so more clients came spontaneously to me. So it was a real challenge at the moment because yes, there are so many tasks to do, but yes, the most important thing is that to start from somewhere. And then step by step, it is a long process, of course, but it will give the results you hope.
Great, thank you for mentioning that. Yesterday I had with us Catherine, that you were both of you in the Full Book Translator Formula, and before we go live, she told me, I'm going to tell that there's a lot of work. And I said, yes, of course you need to tell that, because I don't really want people to join my program that they expect that success will come overnight without doing anything. If I knew that, how to do it, I wouldn't be here. So definitely it's for action takers. I keep repeating, I actually posted yesterday on LinkedIn a great post that actually, if you're not an action taker, or if you complain always for everything, then definitely I cannot help you. This program is not for you. And I keep mentioning that I really want people who join my program to actually be action takers, and those are really hard workers, because otherwise success won't come. And definitely give a lot of work. But what was I really like also Catherine mentioned yesterday, actually she just implemented half of the things that I teach you in the program. And Catherine, she was not even in the Ultimate LinkedIn Prospecting System. She actually only graduated the Fully Booked Translator Formula, and she told me that I implemented half of them. So they didn't actually implement all the prospecting the way we teach in the Ultimate LinkedIn Prospecting System, but she has continuously, like on a consistent basis, inbound leads on her profile without doing any actively prospecting other clients. How amazing is that? And also you mentioned the same as well, that by using LinkedIn 10 minutes per day, you actually keep receiving requests and jobs and potential projects through LinkedIn. Is that correct?
Yes, I started marketing nearly every day, or at least once a week, because in the past I used to do that activity only when I was in lack of clients, and that is not correct. So you should market yourself every day in order to be always on the wave, let's say.
But it's also really important to actually mention that you don't need to be that active. Like by being active, you mean just doing some small things every day. You don't need to be the marketing superhero, as mentioned Catherine yesterday. Is that correct?
Yes, it is correct. So also for me, so you taught us so many methods of being visible, of implementing our activity or other things, but there are so many ways. So I couldn't even imagine that there were so many ways to to be visible and to gain clients. But of course, you have to start from somewhere. And then you decide whether it functions for you or not. And then if it is the case, you can change your path. But in any case, you have to choose among them, and then decide which is the one that fits you better.
Yeah, but if you don't try them, you won't know. And definitely, yes, you don't need to do everything at the same time. This is something I keep telling you guys. You cannot, even though you know everything, you cannot implement all the methods, all the marketing strategies at once. So definitely, okay, it takes time, and definitely you need to choose strategically what you're going to implement. And both of you and Catherine that we had yesterday with us mentioned the same. So you don't need to implement everything like you mentioned. And actually, Catherine was able to reach 5-figure months. She earns like 10K per month. And she told me, you were telling us these things, and I couldn't even imagine being in the same situation. Now she just mentioned yesterday that she had her best in terms of aspects of a financial aspect years of income, and actually she reached the 5-figure months. So definitely something, if okay, you and Catherine can do it, okay, anyone can do it, but okay, it's work, you need to work. So here,
absolutely.
Before we get into our questions, you say like the ultimate LinkedIn prospecting system was extremely useful for my business. Not only boosted my network, but also made me reach many potential clients that I could have never reached in person in a short period of time. I absolutely recommend Virginia as the perfect mentor to show you all the details and solve any doubts. A unique experience that has changed my path. Words cannot describe how thankful I am. Thank you so much, Ileana, and it's a pleasure of mine and honor to have had you in my program and have worked with you in the past, and to see, of course, to keep in touch the whole time and to see your progress in between.
Yes, so. It is completely true. So for me, for example, it was essential to learn the way in which you approach clients. So the messages, for example, the follow-up system, and so on. So let's say I have learned a method, and once you have learned it, then it's yours. So nobody will, even if you experience another crisis, or for example, you experience times of famine, you can always implement the method, you can always follow the method, and you have a powerful tool in order to get your dream clients. And that was essential for me. So, for example, only the thing that I have my CV and my company profile prepared. So when clients gets in touch with me, so I have everything there. I need only to send an email, and that's it. So
exactly, you have everything ready.
Yes, the times are reduced, and and the clients can feel that they can trust me, because I am always ready to answer to their problem, their questions, and so on. So
amazing.
And once they trust you, so once they trust you, the hard part is already done.
Of course. This is the main reason I think most people join my programs. Actually, they do not know how to start conversations. They do not know how to close a deal. Even though they might be very good translators, they do not know how to start and how to follow up, how to nurture that relationship with clients. So I will show you some questions of potential participants, and actually half of them have already joined the program. So some of them I have already answered, but I really would love your aspect on that. So guys, if you have more questions about LinkedIn on the program, book a free call with me. I will share the link again in the chat, or send us an email actually at info@vmentoring.com. So let's start together, because in 30 minutes I have another surprise. So I'm going to introduce the first participants. Okay, some of them that were always that were short notice. Okay, available to join me today. So 2 of the participants are going to join us today, and tomorrow even more. So let's start with those questions. Some of them you won't be able to answer them. So this is what I cover in the program. Let me know if this Ileana stands out for the truth. Is there something you would add or change here? This is a general modules, but definitely I tailor based on the participants' needs if I see that there is a need. So for example, I usually have hands-on trainings on different specific issues like CV and cover letter, or now I have added pricing and packages. But does this sound... and also I have included that was not existed in my previous round, the create content that converts. So I have a module about content creation, content marketing strategy, and we create your first campaign about with content this time. So this is the structure. Anything else you would like to mention about that?
No, I think it is complete as usual. As usual. And yes, so only with the optimization of your LinkedIn profile, you will see the results without doing, let's say, nearly nothing.
Yes, everyone says the same about this module about optimization. People are getting connection requests from potential clients by just implementing a few tips, which we are not going through all of your LinkedIn profile. I focus with the time frame that we have, the 3 months, of specific sections that will actually help you boost your credibility and actually make the LinkedIn algorithm works in favor of your profile. So thank you for mentioning that, because I think everyone has already mentioned that, everyone from the previous participant, that this module, this training about the LinkedIn optimization was one of the best. And actually, they, as you mentioned, they started seeing results right after. Have you any example to share of your own experience? Like after you completed the optimization of your LinkedIn profile, did you see any results you would like to share?
Well, for example, yes, I got more visibility. I saw that my profile was more often visited, for example. And I had
the views of your profile. So there is a method you can check the views on your profile. So this is what Ileana mentions right now. So I teach you how to go and check the visibility of your profile with a free version as well. Okay.
And of course, many of the people who have visualized my profile, of course,
they visited,
yeah, of course, asked me for connection.
Wow.
And yes, so it is really useful because I implemented my connections. So last year I had only 500. And at the moment, I have nearly 1,600.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that. So I really want to share facts. So some questions, you cannot answer them. So when does the 12-week program start? Actually, the program will start the week July 5th. As you already know, Ileana, there is a preparatory stage where you actually receive an onboarding survey when you need to fill in, so as for me to be able to know your background and actually according your background to set up the dates, okay, based on your availability, and actually the content itself based on your background and what you would like to achieve. Do you remember the onboarding process? Isn't it easy to answer that question, or it's not that much the work?
Well, yes, I found it easy. It's there were normal, let's say, questions, and of course, this is not a self-paced course, but it is a mentoring program. So it means that you should be ready to have an exchange with the mentor, of course.
And it's a two-way interaction, definitely, because otherwise it's not a mentoring program, it's a course.
Yes, with the mentor and also with the other mentees, because, for example, I learned so much also from my colleagues, because there were participants all over the world with the different language combinations and different fields of specialization. And so, yes, it was, really an enrichment also for not only from the personal side, but of course from the professional one.
So since you mentioned that, what would you suggest to people that they mentioned that I'm an introvert and I cannot work in a group? What would be your suggestion, since you mentioned that already?
Well, probably if you are shy, you will speak, for example, you will let's say you will let speak first the other people, and then
Exactly.
you will be the last one who raises.
But in my experience, even though those that they were shy or introverts, they are always participate and they actually get out of their comfort zone. And what I usually see so many times, I think this is the 6th round of the program, always you build connections among you. Like you trust with each other, you help with each other with no so much effort, by just having me there, creating a safe community for you to actually express yourself and exchange ideas and network, and why not to build relationships and partnership, as I know that many of you have already, and I know that you have kept contact with most of the participants in the group.
Yes, for example, you don't have to change your personality, of course. Nobody asks you that. But of course, interaction is really powerful because, for example, from the LinkedIn prospecting formula, I got in touch with an excellent colleague from Spain, and I got from her 90,000 a 90,000 project
amazing
this year. So so if you can build also a nice relationship with your colleagues, who knows? So you can get benefits also from the network.
Of course, yes. That's the main point. That's the main idea behind of having a group, because many ask me why you choose a Facebook group, because that's the most transparent, in my opinion, way to actually start building relationships and actually having a real person in front of you, or have the idea that you have a real person in front of you. And actually the 24 hours, 7 days per week support that you can tag me or tag other participants. Also, this is powerful. No other platform up to now gives us this opportunity to receive notification of the events, to be able to tag someone, to have it open on your mobile. So even though you're not on your PC, you actually see what's going on there and you can reply to other people's comments. So this is why up to now I haven't changed the formula and I keep this format, because I've seen that it really works to actually build relationships among the people that they participate. And thank you for sharing that as well.
Yes, it was an amazing experience from many points of view. So I absolutely recommend it. So
and the group,
for example, yes, and for example, I had the chance also to choose among these colleagues a proofreader, for example,
of course,
and a post editor, and so. It was really amazing.
So let's continue. We have many questions. So what days and time will run? As I told you already, you need to fill out this form with your availability. Usually is Tuesday, Thursday at 5 p.m. Central European Time, or Monday and Wednesday again 5 p.m. Central European Time. But this time we're going to have people from Los Angeles, California. So I will need to actually find a time and a day. It's only 1 hour per week, guys. Don't worry. 1 hour per week you need to be live there with me. So we will find that day that fits all of your schedule, because for me it's really, really important to be with me during all the live sessions. Like I don't know if you realize the importance for you, Ileana, to mention that it's really, really important to at least being able to present live at the live sessions, the coaching session. Isn't it really important to be there live?
Well, it's essential, I never missed one.
You did. This is why you won, actually. I give prizes to people that they are very, strict to the schedule. Yeah.
I got addicted to the program, because it was so nice to see people, a group of 10 people. I don't know if we were 8 or 10. I can't remember. But anyway, it was... yes, I was lonely, last year. And so it was a pleasure to meet people and to have to discuss something and to share opinions, to share experiences and so on. So after the first time, I loved it.
Amazing.
And so, yes, it's really wonderful. So as you mentioned, the power of the network is really important. For example, we organize once per month if we have time, or at least we have organized a call with the other participants,
Of course,
for example, for Christmas. And then we had another one, yesterday, for example, after 1 year.
Wow, amazing.
Yes, from the end of the course. And so it's always nice to...
I'm really happy to be the reason why people that they keep in contact and they actually create a team. And actually, this is why I created the annual alumni program, because you asked me, the participants of previous rounds, they told me we want to continue working together on an annual basis. So yes, after completing, the 3 months, you have the option to actually join us for a whole year. So how the program will be developed if I choose to implement during 1 year instead of 3 months? So that was one question of the participant Lisa. Lisa is going to be with us today, later on. Lisa joined the program, but actually she's a full-time employee, and she asked me though, because she wants to learn the method, but actually she wants to implement it later on. We have had such participants. I think Kat was also a full-time employee. So we have had participants who were full-time employees. They joined the program and actually they started implementing the process actively or more actively after the program was completed. So I give shortly the answer, and let me know if you have something more to add. So the program is for 3 months. So the intensive, if we can say, program duration is for 3 months. And then if you want to implement it, of course, all the participants, they get access to the content of the 3-month program for a whole year, which means that whenever you want to go back to the videos, watch the trainings, the modules or the Q&A sessions, or videos or posts in the group, they will remain there for you archived. So you get access for a whole year, and the access stops after the year ends. So one option to implement it is actually with a self-paced mode. So you get access to the material and you can implement any time you want the process. And actually this is suggested to the participants that actually participate actively in the program. So yes, you can do it actively in the 3 months, but actually you can implement it as many times as you want the same process, many times the rest of the year. So one option is the self-paced option, because you get access to the content. The second option is actually to join the annual alumni mastermind group with the other participants on a self-paced mode. You create your campaigns per 3 months, and you work together again in a specific private group, and you exchange ideas, brainstorm, and we meet once or twice per month for group coaching calls there. So what is your opinion on that, Ileana? The question, is there anything else you would like to add?
Well, yes, nobody, so you are not forced to do it according to, to the time. So in 3 months, of course, in 3 months, you will learn how to do it. But then, of course, it's up to you. So you can decide how much time you devote to it. And so there were people who, for example, dedicated to it only 1 hour. People like me, for example, dedicated many hours.
How many hours, just out of curiosity?
Well, I don't know. So, for example, I rewatched some recordings because there were some points that needs to be
clarified,
to be clarified, or to be to go deeper in them. And so I rewatched sometimes the recordings. But then, yes, of course, it's not overwhelming. You can decide according to the time that you have available at the moment.
Okay,
so
amazing.
It's up to you. So it's up to the person.
How much time they want to spend. Okay, amazing.
Yes,
so
how much time.
Here, the group coaching session will be available only for the first 3 months, while the one session, this is a misperception here. The sessions in general, 12 sessions. Okay. And all of them are group coaching sessions, so you don't get one-to-one, apart from the one bonus that you get. And there are live sessions during the 3-month program and recording of those sessions for a whole year access. Is this correct, Ileana? Is there anything else you would like to add to this question?
Yes, it's perfect. Perfect.
So will I get support also after the 3 months of the program? So my main idea is that I always stay next to my mentees forever. Like if you ask me anything, I will give you my open and real opinion, and actually might help you also to any kind of program. But the actual paid support that you get for this specific is for 3 months. What's your answer to this question?
Well, after the 3 months, I think you are independent and you can act on your own. So, because in these 3 months are pretty intense, and if you follow it properly, you will have you will have all the tools and the confidence and all the other tools to face the situation on your own. But in case of help, of course, you are available.
Okay, so let's continue. Who is going to teach? This is myself. There are some people that they have great questions. I don't know why there is a clause on my agreement that says like if something happens to me, like might be substituted by someone else. So, but this is only for an emergency. Up to now, the 6th round that I have already taught in the past, this has never happened to me. Thank God. So when does the early bird price expire? Tomorrow midnight, okay? €300 higher the price from tomorrow midnight, June 17th. And of course, today announced 3 more bonuses via email. Go and check them out to your email if you're subscribed, or send me an email if you want more info on that. 3 more bonuses, plus the early bird price until tomorrow midnight. Okay, we answered that.
Don't miss the opportunity. So it's absolutely worth the price.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely, because they tell me, I received an email like I cannot afford it. You don't take into consideration our situation right now. Everyone has been hit by COVID, and they think that I'm trying to exploit people. What would you suggest? Catherine gave a great answer yesterday about the cost and the value, but definitely if you have something else to answer, because whenever I say something, it's not that real, okay, or objective as someone that has already purchased the program, has made an investment in this.
Well,
so what's your opinion?
As a solopreneur, I considered it as an investment.
Exactly the same, so yes.
I considered it as an investment, and I was completely convinced that it will pay off. It will pay off, and yes.
And has it paid off for you? Has it paid off? But imagine Catherine mentioned 10K per month. So imagine paying, and the first round was even less expensive, and I keep growing the price because of the value that I keep adding in the program. So has it paid off for you? But for me to gain 10K per month for such a price that you have paid is priceless.
Yes,
let me know your opinion. Yeah.
At the moment, I didn't reach 10K per month, but
I hope that you will, like Catherine.
But let's say, well, I had in any case a growth.
You see.
And
I suppose that you've earned back this investment multiple times already with the project. Only the 90,000 words that you mentioned is more than enough to get back, okay, the investments that you've made.
I've earned it completely back, and plus I had a growth.
Of course.
And for example, I was fully booked February, March, April, May, amazing. Also, and yes, and also in June, yes.
Take some break, it's okay. And as I've been telling you, if you know how much to price, okay, your values, you don't need to be fully booked to gain the 10K. Definitely, if you know how much to price, you can earn this amount of money without being that overwhelmed with projects. So is it going to be in a group, and how does this work? I think you've already explained that, Ileana. Is there anything else you would like to add about how does this work in a group?
Well, yes, it's more or less like this afternoon. It's me, Virginia, and the other participants. Exactly. So you will receive a link with a Zoom call, and at the time specified, 5 o'clock. You said, Virginia, 5 o'clock in the
Central
afternoon.
European time, which is my case. It's like 6 p.m. in Canada. Would be morning. Yeah.
You simply click on the link.
The link on Zoom. It's a Zoom link. It's a Zoom.
Yes, and then you will see the group. Let's say so. It is like today, but instead of 2 people, you will have I don't know 8 or 10 people.
Yeah, usually it's maximum 13 to 15 people up to now. Depending, okay, on the participation. We will see this time. And what does a session look like? Like you mentioned on a Zoom call, like here on camera, and we discuss. So you are unmuted. And it's really important to have your interaction, because it's not like teaching, it's mentoring, which means that I need your interaction, I need your feedback, so as to know if it works for you or not, and what do I need to change. Is this clear?
Yes, great. You can as it is a mentoring program, you can ask and you can interrupt whenever you want if something is not clear.
Of course, that's the main point. Yes, definitely. Yeah. So this is a great question, and you will reply that. I have already replied to previous lives. So if you want to find my answers, go back. You will find them in our group video section, the media, or on my YouTube channel. Okay, there are too many Q&As for this program. But today we have Ileana, so we prefer Ileana's point of view since she's already a participant of those programs. How do you work with identifying needs, set goals, and create a plan? This is a question to me. So how do I work with identifying your needs to set goals and create a plan for you? What would you answer to that question?
Well, first of all, you have to identify your target market, your ideal client avatar, let's say.
Yeah, how I do that for you. How do I help you to identify your needs? How I help you to set goals? How I help you to create a plan?
You will receive this module every week, and then of course you receive materials. There's plenty of exercises and so on. Yeah. So it's impossible to miss them.
And my main secret, if we can say, which is not a secret anymore, is actually the surveys they sent you, the questionnaires, the feedback form, because this is really important for me to identify your needs and actually set the goals and create a plan for you. So your feedback that you provide to me on a weekly or bi-weekly basis really helps me to do that.
Yes, because if you are on the wrong path, you can realize your mistakes, and then you can do better.
And next question is, I did a course about marketing for freelance translators. It was really helpful, but the trainer was only giving us lots of tips and ideas. I hadn't considered many of them, so it was good, but not very specific. So what is your comparison to that course? We don't need to mention what course was that, but it's a self-paced course or a live course, but definitely it's a course, not a mentoring program. And the difference between this program that you have worked with me?
Well, of course, it depends on the length of the course, because I also had some marketing courses in the past, but for example, were only 1 or 2 hours, or even if you have, for example, 5 hours of course, and you didn't have any marketing background, it is really complicated, I would say. But this is not a course, it is a mentoring program, so it's completely different. And you will receive the proper guidance, and you are not alone. And yes, of course, and you will see the results, because everybody of us have seen. Everybody of us has seen the results.
So amazing. This is the main difference between a course and a mentoring program, that you get as specific as you can. So I got into detail to create your messages. So you got feedback to your own message, your own CV, your own cover letter, everything. It was about you, your profile. So it's as specific as it gets, this program. It's not general knowledge. This is what I would really love to make it very clear. And where do the sessions take place? On Zoom, again, Zoom meeting calls. What if I cannot attend one session live? So Ileana, you see that she didn't miss one, because just 1 hour per week, so you can do it. But if you miss one live, there will be recordings. And as Ileana mentioned already, you get access to those recordings and actually see. Ileana, you mentioned that you went back to the recordings to actually watch some live sessions. So
yes, because you take notes while you are there during the live session. But sometimes, for example, something is not clear, or you have to go deeper into some aspects, or I don't know, you missed something. So you have this huge possibility to take the recording and watch many times as you like.
Amazing. And do you plan on offering another session later this year? Based on my planning, it will take place December or next year. Okay, what is the difference between a course and this program? I think you answered that, Ileana. Is there anything else you would like to add to this question?
Well, I think I already said
Okay, we mentioned that. Go back and watch the recording.
Yes.
And I'm just starting out as a translator. Can I still join the program? We had
Yes.
starting out translators in your round, but always I have one or two, a couple starting out translators in the program, and I totally recommend it. But I would really love to ask to hear your answer to this.
Yes, so I wish I had it 14 years ago.
So is it for a starting out translator, this program?
Yes, it's perfect for a starting out translator, because you will discover all the secrets, and it's perfect for you to begin your career. And yes, Mario last year had a huge improvement.
Of course,
And,
Mario was an example of a starting out translator success, and he's going to be with us on Saturday. So, okay, stay with us. You will watch Mario's success story.
And yes, it is absolutely for everybody. It doesn't matter if you are starting out, if you are starting out as a translator, or if you have experience like me or like other participants. So it's perfect for everybody.
Amazing, yes. And if you have questions about starting out translators, definitely ask us those, because we have Mario on Saturday, so we have an example, so he will be able to answer on his own aspect, like being and starting out translator, such a program. So definitely send us your questions via email, or use the comments below this video to ask us anything. So we answered this. Okay, we answered this. Let's go to the next. Okay, I know they say here, my ideal client in theory, but not in practice. Can the ultimate LinkedIn prospecting system help me? Your questions for you.
Of course, of course. The problem is that the theory is one thing, and then you have to put the things in practice. That's why that's why you should follow the mentoring program, because you will discover all the secrets, and then you will put them in practice, and you will get the results, because theory without practice is useless.
Of course. So you will be forced, as Catherine mentioned yesterday, you will be forced to implement during the program. So definitely you're going to learn in practice as well. Does the ultimate LinkedIn prospecting system go through the whole sales process, like not just lead generation, but follow up as well? I would really love your own opinion, since you've been there, you've been still practicing the process.
Yes, you will learn how to approach, first of all, how to identify, for example, the ideal client, the ideal client, then to focus on the decision maker, and then, of course, to approach them, and then to nurture the relationship, to do the follow-up. For example, I often comment, for example, or share posts or other activities on LinkedIn. So, of course, it is not just lead generation. Otherwise, it is not so useful, because once you have your audience, of course, you have to tell them what are you doing, so your expertise and so on. So you have a bit to educate, let's say, the client. But yes, the program will cover all the different aspects of the customer relationship.
Thank you so much, Ileana. So that was it. It was pretty simple. If you have more questions, you can email me. I will reply personally all of your questions at info@vmentoring.com, or you can use the link in the comments, okay? My calendar to book a call with me. So thank you so much, Ileana. So a couple of questions
You're
of
welcome.
mine. What was your best thing in the program, apart from the networking with the community, because you mentioned that already? So what was the best thing in the program, and what would be something that you would change in the program if you could? That's just
Well, I don't know. There are so many nice things that
it's pick one. It's okay.
During the program. Well, I would say that the best thing for me is confidence. So I got the right confidence to approach my clients, to be confident, to raise my rates, and to reach my dream clients.
Amazing, so many things.
Yeah, so many things. It's difficult to pick one because they are all connected. Let's say in the whole.
Okay, yeah, I like to make a difficult question, tough questions. And if you could change something, okay, doesn't really happen to be bad, but something you could change, what would be? Something you would add, something would you remove, something, whatever it is, if you have thoughts. Okay.
No, for me it was really well structured, because you have for example, the first lesson and you learn, and then you have 10 days in order to implement things, and during these 10 days you receive the survey, and so you will understand if you are doing things in the right way, or if you have to change something, but it doesn't matter. So everybody of us makes mistakes.
There are no mistakes. There is just one way or the other. Just I give you one way to do things. Yes.
Let's say adjustments.
Okay, the right adjustments to make. Yeah, to make things work. Okay, for you, to make things bring you results. That's
of course,
the main
because
idea.
everybody of us has different experiences and situations. But if you follow your dreams and you have the right method, you will succeed.
That was amazing. So we're on time so as to bring the new participants to introduce themselves. So I will close this live with Ileana. Ileana, thank you so much for being here, sharing your own experience. Thank you for being such a positive person. Thank you for being in my life in general for the last year. And I wish you success, even more successes.
Thank you so much.
The next time we will meet to have even more successes to share. And I have noted down you will be at the 10K months like Catherine. Okay, so I can't wait.
So fingers crossed. I'm working hard for that.
You can do that. You can do that. Definitely.
I'm sure I will reach it.
And to mention Catherine, she has 3 kids, because for those of you are telling me I have a family issue, or I have no time, or I'm busy. Those are just excuses. When you want something, you will find the time, you will find the budget. And I've seen that through there were mentees in my program that they actually got a loan to join the program. There were people with 3 or 4 kids at home, working from home with the kids during COVID, which is a very exceptional situation, actually joined the program, and actually now they're making 10K per month. So if they did it, okay, there is no excuse not to do that yourself. And thank you so much, Ileana. That was really inspirational once again. Thank you for sharing your insights. Let's keep in touch.
Thank you for the invitation, and I hope to have given interesting and inspiring insights for your future.
Because it's real. It's the reality. It's the aspect and the opinion and the insight of someone who did it, who participated, who graduated. So it's the reality. It's your own truth. And I really appreciate that. Thank you for being here. Ileana, you stay here with us. We close one live, okay, to bring the new guest. So thank you so much. Guys, stay here with us. I'm coming up with a new live to introduce you the new participants. Bye-bye for now.
Okay. Bye-bye.